All right, here we are. We are live. What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. I'm Dallas Lanier from Project Green.
Loris, Bo Torres, strong fathers, padres fuertes, strong beginnings, healthy starts.
Yes, indeed. And today we are starting to have some fun, some food, some football, some finances. We'll be talking to fathers, all the good F words. That's what we're doing here today.
Right.
And so, listen, while you are watching this, we want you to go ahead and share this event so that as many people as possible can see this and hear this. We're going to make a difference today. We're going to have some impact, and we want to try to touch as many people as possible. So go ahead and share this event. If you're on Facebook, if you're on, what else are we on, Brandon? We're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, TikTok, we're on LinkedIn, all of this.
The TikTok situation. I'm still on Facebook and Facebook only. But you know why I love today's event too? Because it's Project Green. We have to be green. Can't sport the guys. Export the nation out there. Anyway, from coast to coast, we have to represent today fatherhood, finances, generational wealth. Right? Generational wealth building is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that people are engaged and involved in what it is that we do. But a little rivalry goes a long way. And we're going to have some fun today.
We are going to have some fun. I wish I could resist the green part of this. But listen, so I'm representing Project Green. This is a very distinct green from this green. But here on my head, you see some blue and gold, or at least you see some maize. You see Michigan. So I'm representing both green and the maize and blue. We're going to have some fun today. Please go ahead and share this event because my man Bo's going to be throwing down on the grill. It's a live stream tailgate. You want to tell us real quick what you're going to cook?
So today, we're going to do a little umami. Umami is a little sweet, a little savory, a little salty, with a little bit of that seasoning. So we have what I like to call cinnamon steak. And you can use any cut of beef. I know for our Latine family members out there, little thinly cut ribs. If you like your steak a little bit thicker, you can do that. I was having a conversation with one of our friends the other day that loves Delmonico. So if you're out there and you're listening, this is great for that. Today we're going to be using flank. And the reason that I like flank is because it's nice and thin. It's got a lot of fat on it. So we're going to cook that up. A little bit about the spices that we're doing. So sofrito. For all my boricuas, all my Puerto Ricans out there, how are you? Good morning, good Thursday to you. Sofrito is a mix of tomato, we use red pepper, green pepper, garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of adobo. You can't forget the adobo. You blend it together and you come out with a paste. Now, a little bit of addition to this to add to that umami, I put a little bit of sweet and sour sauce in here. So that has a little bit of that Asian flavor to it, which is delicious. But it came out just amazing. Good friend of mine has used sofrito, the red sofrito for Bloody Marys. So, you know, for all of our adult friends out there, a little bit of that tailgating. Smell that, Dallas. Just get a little bit of that.
Smells delicious.
So good. So
we're seeing a comment that you're a little muffled, so we'll have to make sure.
Can you hear me now?
Probably if you can maybe attach it to your
to the coat, to the jacket.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to jump in. We're live, right? This is live TV, so we're going to adjust as we go. We're going to have some fun. We got wind, we got dogs, we got trains, we got helicopters. So it's all happening today. But let me tell you a little bit about who we are as we make sure Bo is good. Tori, thank you for saying that. Let me know, Tori, if you can hear Bo better now that he's switched his microphone. But Project Green, we are the Grassroots Economic Empowerment Network. And we're based here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Our vision is turning everyday people into money heroes. And we do that a couple of ways, right? We train people on how to handle their own finances through our financial capabilities initiatives. And then we also do advocacy. So we try to remove those barriers that keep low to moderate income people from reaching their financial goals. And then once we teach people how to handle their money, or once somebody from our team does some advocacy, we're helping somebody else to reach their goals. And that's how you become a money hero. And so we're going to do some advocacy here today. We're going to tell you about some change we're trying to make along the way. So I'm going to ask Bo if you will, while you are seasoning that steak,
Sir.
tell us a little bit about Strong Fathers, who you are and what you do.
So Strong Beginnings Healthy Start, Strong Fathers for the Strong Beginnings Healthy Start started back in 2004 to try and eradicate infant mortality in the Black and Latina communities, right? So in Michigan, the Latin A or Latino, Latina infant mortality rate is one of the highest in the country. Still below the Black infant mortality rate, right? And when we're talking about that, we're also including maternal morbidity, motherhood deaths. So back in 2004, amazing team got together, partnership between the Kent County Health Department, Trinity Health, Corewell Health, which at the time was Spectrum Health, Cherry Health, got together and they started to develop educational initiatives for maternal infant education, right? Trying to lower it from the maternal side. Strong Fathers started in 2011. And in 2011, we started doing studies on how would educating and developing strong paternal or fatherhood initiatives make sure that not only were we talking to the mothers, we were talking to the fathers, we were building strong families, right? So Strong Fathers Fuertes, I came into the picture back in 2016 when we started to see that after a couple of years, after the second generation, the same issues that were happening for the Black community started happening for the Latinx community, right? So how do you effectively engage with the community? You have to be authentic in your approaches. You have to make sure that for all of our different educational initiatives, we have them in the languages of the community that's being affected, right? So Spanish, English. We have community health workers now that speak Kenya, Rwanda, French, Swahili, to make sure that as our population differentiates and as we become more of a global community here in West Michigan, that we are effectively engaging all of those different cultural groups, right? So that we don't get into some of the issues. Now, what I just did, I just put sofrito over both sides, salt and pepper, and we're going to continue to go in with that. Our team right now, Jose Santoyo, Joel Rogers, working with our fathers and community, amazing men that are working as community health workers, getting that information out. But we do everything from safe sleep. We talk about lactation support, right? Breastfeeding, how important that is for the father to be engaged. You can always be engaged when it comes to breastfeeding. Don't, all of that old school thinking about what the breast is, the best food that a child could have. And we saw that this year, right? We had a shortage in formula.
That's right.
But we could never have a shortage in breast milk. And we understand that there's different issues that happen with breastfeeding.
That's right.
So we want to have great education around that. But that's what we do. We are funded by the Ready by 5 millage, First Steps Kent. So we want to thank them for their support and all of our partnerships. So if you're out there and you're listening, one last thing that I want to talk about. When you talk about financial heroes, heroic play, and what that means for the fathers in community, right? Our conversations and our partnership is really strong because we believe in that. We believe in heroic play. And if we're talking about everyday fatherhood heroes that are financially secure, that are engaging with their children, that are knowledgeable, that's what we want in community. So that's why the partnership is so awesome and so great, and why we continue to go forward.
I wish you all could see what Bo is doing here while he's talking. He's seasoning it up. We're going to bring a camera a little closer. You'll see it when he puts it on the grill. But Bo, thank you for that introduction. I want to say a little bit about our team as well. So you can't see behind the camera, we have Brandon Summerick, who's our administrative and social media coordinator, and also our incredible intern, Brittany Sumrell. And so she's behind there. She's helping make it happen. And we also have our advocacy director, Stephanie Pierce. She's going to come on the screen here for a minute to hand me this ink pen. Say hi, Stephanie.
Hello, everyone.
Hopefully you all can hear her. She's not mic'd up yet, but I'm appreciative of all of my team. Also, she is connected with us virtually, but Bobby Locke is our financial capabilities director. And so we're all making it happen. Project Green. Well, let me say this too. We are located today on the Life Quest campus. So I want to thank Pastor Jerry Bishop and Life Quest for allowing us to use this space outdoors. We grabbed the Life Quest grill. We couldn't do this without Life Quest. This is where our office is located. And so once you win some of these prizes today, this is where you're going to come to pick it up. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to pick it up today, but it'll be here on site.
Longtime supporter of fatherhood initiatives as well. We've had several events here in the past, so we really want to thank him for all of his support in the last minimally 6 years that I've been in town. So thank you, Pastor Bishop.
Absolutely. So listen, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to eat some food. We're going to talk some football. We're going to help people boost their credit score, and we're going to share some vital health information that's going to support our children and our families.
We're going to talk about how lopsided this rivalry is. We always seem to pull it out. You know, the great fumble that happened, trouble with the snap is what we like to call it. The words of young Mr. Hart with the little brother comments. You know,
I don't remember what you're talking about with this fumble snap.
No, you don't remember that?
Nope, I don't remember that. I put that out of my memory. I see my friend Eddie Stevens is watching. Eddie is also a Spartan.
Go Green.
Good to see you on here, Eddie. And so, but yeah. So listen, we want you all to talk back to us. Let's talk a little bit about the game that's coming up on Saturday the 29th, Michigan versus Michigan State. Can you all see this stuff here? You can't see it well. Brittany, I'm going to get you, if you can, to maybe just turn the camera so they can see the goodies that we have here. These are going to be some giveaways. We're going to have some drawings. So we need you again to share this video. If you are a father or other non-custodial parent who is, zoom in, Brittany, to this stuff here. There you go. Come on in. Now I can hold some of it up too. We got some Michigan stuff. This is an apron, a mitt. We've got a bottle holder. I was so happy to find this. I hope none of y'all win this so I can take this home. This is a Carabiner multi-tools keychain.
Oh, that's dope. We
got gloves. We got playing cards and some dice. We got stuff to get you ready for your tailgate. We got Michigan State stuff, a hat. I usually don't touch this stuff. We got earmuffs. We got also an apron and oven mitt for Michigan State. We got a scarf.
Replicate what we're doing here with a grilling set.
Yeah, absolutely. We got the grilling set. And then we also have some Central Michigan, some Ferris, some Western Michigan, some GVSU. We got some Project Green swag. If none of that fits your fancy, we got some State of Michigan swag. We got something for everybody. We want you to win something here today. But let's talk a little bit about this game, this Michigan State game. What do you think the halftime score will be? Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments so we can see that.
Put it in the chat for a chance to win. We also have two $25 gift cards. We have a pack and play. We have a tablet, small tablet for you all as well, courtesy of the team over at Strong Beginnings Healthy Start. So thank you all so much for that.
Man, that's incredible. I didn't even know we were going to have a tablet. So that's a big prize.
Yes,
and so we're going to do it a couple ways. What we want to do, let me tell you this now. Here's what's going to happen. If you are a non-custodial parent, you're paying child support, you can have your on-time child support payments reported to the credit bureaus in order to help boost your credit score. And so we have a form that's on our website. When you fill out that form, it creates a letter that Project Green will then send in to the Kent County Friend of the Court. And then they will start reporting your credit, your payments to the credit bureau. And that will, if you're consistent, if you're on time, that will boost your credit score. In a few minutes, we will have a representative from the Friend of the Court to come online, and she will talk to us about this as well. So you see that link. Thank you, Brandon, for putting that up. You click on that link, you fill it out. That's how you're going to register for these prizes today. We want to see those names come in. We want those forms filled out. When those names come in, we're going to put you on a wheel of names. We're going to spin to win, and then you'll be able to select your prize. So we've already had some people who have done this, and they've seen some change happen in their credit scores. And so we're excited about that. We want to get as many people as possible to do it. I'd love to see 100 non-custodial parents, 100, we know most of them are going to be fathers, right? 100 fathers to sign up here today. That might be a little bit of a reach, but as many as possible, we want you to sign up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's easy to do, and we're going to make it happen.
Building generational wealth, right? How do we start that process? Being that fathers are those first role models, fathers and mothers in the family, making sure, but the dad's role, when a dad is involved, right, those protective factors kick in.
Mhm.
And finance being one of them. Everything that we do, we base around social determinants of health, right? Building workforce development, we're having that financial home, having that medical home, having that social network. And when you're engaged in those practices of building good credit, of having good credit, of making sure that you're investing in long-term future financial health, your children will benefit from that because they'll learn savings. They'll learn how to account for their funding. They'll learn how to do their taxes. All of those things go hand in hand. So that's part of the education that we try to have for our fathers and community. Having partnerships like with Project Green, making sure that that is something that we access. We want to have all of our project participants involved in that work. So that's why it's so important.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one of the things that we have discovered is there was a report that came out recently that talks about some inequity in the credit industry. And what that report showed is that Black and Latinx individuals and households in communities that are majority Black and Latinx, credit scores for young adults are in the 500s. More than half of those are in the 500s. But in our majority white communities, those credit scores are closer to 700. You correct me if I'm wrong on that number, Brandon. Closer to 700, and that's just because of historical inequities that really get passed down through the way systems work, and then so people are already starting behind, right? They already are at a loss as young adults, and so as we identify ways to help boost those credit scores through things like child support payments or rent reporting, which is another initiative that we're doing, we're able to boost credit scores, which can save people on the deposits that they have to put down to get cell phones, to get utilities, even for an apartment. You can save money just by having a higher credit score. Here's one thing that we have a credit building 101 class, and we talk to people about some other inequities in the credit industry. So all of us probably know that you can have on-time cell phone payments, utility, rent. You can be doing all that stuff for years, and none of it shows up on your credit report. But guess what? If you get delinquent on any of those, guess where they show up?
Show up right away
on your credit report. And so we find that to be inequitable. If you can find my credit report to hurt me, you ought to be able to find my credit report to help me as well. And so we're trying to find as many ways as possible to get people to have their on-time payments reported. And this child support initiative is one of those. In a few minutes, I'll get Stephanie to come on and talk about how we started this with one of our GFAs who had this idea. Our GFA is a grassroots financial advocate. She wanted us to, figure out some things around child support, and we kind of stumbled upon this initiative, and so we're trying to push it as much as we possibly can.
So I think we're going hot in a minute, but along with that, so it's great to have your financial history, your financial life in order. You also have to learn to cook. Gentlemen,
yes, sir.
My people out there in the community. So today, what I was doing, we put a base layer of the sofrito, right? And I'll make sure that we post a sofrito my sofrito recipe. There's many out there. I love mine. Salt and
Yours
pepper.
is clearly the best.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. So we try to do that. This is what we say at MSU. The best. Onion powder, white pepper, and these are all by the Up products. They're not, sponsoring us or anything, but I like them as opposed to some of the others that are out there in the community. The smoked pepper, right? You can either use smoked pepper, or you can use smoked cinnamon. The smoked pepper gives it a nice smoky flavor to it, along with the soy sauce that we put in the sofrito. That's a little addition. And then the cinnamon is the last thing, so that coats it. Oh, we also put garlic on there. Second to last, it'll build a nice crust on the outside. This cinnamon, you think cinnamon and steak, right?
Right.
Who does that?
I've never done it.
We do that.
We
make sure to add that little flavor boost at the end, and that'll have a little coating to it as it's grilling. it'll have an amazing flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and go on the grill with this. Just wanted to point that out, Dallas. Thank you so
Excellent.
much.
No, that's perfect timing. Brandon, do we need to switch camera to see that, or
All
okay?
right.
You need Stephanie to hold anything?
Got the hook right here.
Got the hook.
Nice hot grill. Oh, you can hear that. That sizzle.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now you can see the tailgate. It's a tailgate. We gotta have an actual tailgate to make it legit.
There you go. And it doesn't stay on too long, right? We're gonna flip it after 5 minutes. You want a nice medium rare. Anybody who eats their steak well done, I don't know. I don't know about you. I don't know about your decisions in life, but it's a joke. You can eat it as well done or as not well done as you would like, but we try to have ours medium rare, a little bit more on the rare side. But there you go. I hope the camera's picking that up. Has all of the seasoning, all of the spices, all the stuff. We cut with the grain. We don't cut against the grain because when you're using flank steak, that's what we do. So we're gonna put that, make sure all of your vents are open so that that nice airflow is going through there, and we are good.
Oh man, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. All right, so like Bo said, we're gonna share the recipe for the, what is it called again?
Cinnamon steak.
No, I'm sorry. This the
Oh, sofrito.
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 Sofrito. Okay, so
It's like a pesto. There's a cousin in the Italian cooking, pesto. So it's like a pesto, but it's a Caribbean pesto. So I know that Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico, sofrito is a thing, but it's just a flavor additive. You can put it in soups, you can put it on meat, you can put it in rice. It's that flavor boost that you want to have. So
man, that sounds awesome. That
delicious.
sounds awesome. All right, so I asked earlier, what did people think the score is going to be at halftime? Bobby, who is on our team, she said at halftime it'll be MSU 30, U of M 0. So she's not quite awake yet. She's still dreaming.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right. What else? What are some other guesses on halftime score?
I think it'll be tighter than that. I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think, let's go for two. Let's go 42-36. Let's go around there.
42-36. That's what you think the final score will be?
I think this final score. I think it'll be really close. I think it'll be a snap. I think it'll be last week when Wisconsin was playing Michigan State. You saw that, the game's coming together. If you've been able to stop people, when I say we, the Spartans, have been able to stop people on the goal yard. I mean, on the end zone stances. Our defense has been well. It's been our safeties. It's been our defense coverage on the pass that hasn't been there. But I think it's all coming together now, and I think we always show up for this game, right?
We'll see. Well, my team, Michigan, last couple of games, we've been really strong in the second half, and so this last game against Penn State, we were actually down at halftime, 17-16, and then the second half we scored 25 unanswered. So if it happens that way this time, I'll be okay with it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and predict that it'll be 17-10. I'll give Michigan 10. Michigan State 10.
I'll give Michigan 10 too.
No. It'll be 17-10. Michigan at halftime, and then we'll blow it out in the second half. So
we'll see.
We'll see. We shall see. All right, let's see. So Brandon, he said 14-6 at halftime. All right. Brandon is smart man. Who else? Make sure you're sharing this. Again, share this on whatever platform you're watching. Share this so that we can connect with as many people as possible. In about 4 minutes here, we're going to have a guest, Michelle Crow from the Kent County Friend of the Court. She's going to be joining us, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about this initiative to let you know that we know what we're talking about, right? This is real. And she's going to tell us a little bit about how the Friend of the Court is partnering with our organization. We're not a representative or an agency of the Friend of the Court. We are, Project Green is a 501c3, a grassroots organization. We're supported by numerous philanthropic organizations that have provided grants for us, which include the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, the Grand Rapids Community Foundation, the Wege Foundation. We're appreciative of all of those grants. We have some individual donors who haven't told us to share their names, so we'll keep those anonymous. But just we are so that we're doing this for the community. We are here for the community, and yet we think that this is that is one of the weights that's holding down our tent.
Anecdotally, one of the weights that's holding down our community
Boom.
is a bad credit score, right? When we're looking at what we can do to build, buying a home, buying a car, going to school, right? Having that financial future to set aside some money. All of those things, those are the weights that are holding down our community. So we want to make sure that all of our non-custodial parents are taken care of, that are participating in these partnerships, that are reaching out to programs like Strong Beginnings, Healthy Start. We serve fathers, father figures, pregnant persons that have children between 0 and 18 months, right? We make sure that you have all of these supports, that you have that scaffolding that you need, along with finances, having social supports, having education, food security, right? We look at our community, what we learned, all of the learnings that we had from COVID. Food security is a huge issue in the Black and Latina communities.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're looking at how we can support and remove barriers, remove those weights from our fathers, our families, and community, it's these kinds of partnerships. The Dads Count Coalition, part of the Healthy Kent, Healthy Start projects, making sure that we have different community agencies that are a part of that. We have Alpha Grand Rapids. We have Friend of the Court, as was stated, Strong Beginnings, making sure that we're reaching out to all of the different partners.
We are back live. We are back live. All right. We had a technical difficulty, and his name is Dallas.
It happens when you're going live. These are the things. That's where the passion comes from, is get excited.
Exactly.
Want to have our partners in the calls. We're good.
All right. So we are back again. I'm Dallas Adair from Project Green, the Grassroots Economic Empowerment Network.
Bo Torres, Strong Fathers, Fathers Fuertes, Strong Beginnings, Healthy Start.
All right. And so we're talking football, food, finances, fatherhood,
Winning.
Yes, winning. Right.
It's not about, I love the participation thing, but it's games like these that make it so that where the passion is, where the passion lies, right? The same passion that we have for our fathers and community is the same passions that we have in 2 weeks when the Spartans march into Ann Arbor, Michigan, walk into the big house and take what is rightfully ours. Another win. Another win. How many years has it been, Dallas, since Michigan has defeated or tried to play a good game against Michigan State?
Man, what? If we count last year as a win for Michigan State, then it's been what, at least 3 years? At least. Yeah. I should, again, these are the things that I put out of my memory. But I do remember last year, there's a lot of shenanigans with the referees. There were some holes at the end. Listen, I'm using every excuse possible. I'm using every excuse possible.
I'm proud of Coach Tucker this year and what he's building, how he's come over and he's changed that spirit for us. Mr. Harbaugh, I can't even call him coach, man. He's done a lot of talking, but not a lot of work. So I'm glad that they're having a good year. It'll be a challenge for us. We've had a couple of missed starts. We've been very close, but
well, listen, last year, Mr. Coach Harbaugh did pretty well. We were in the playoffs. There were only 2 teams that did better than our team last year, even though we lost to Michigan State. And so we're looking forward to it. Listen, I went to Michigan. I talk a lot of stuff, but it's all fun. It's all in fun for me. And that steak is looking fun too.
Yes, sir.
That steak is looking fun. So let's see, Brandon. We got some people watching now again. All right, because I can't.
Welcome back.
Whatever reason, I can't see it now. But let me tell you what we're doing again. If you're a non-custodial parent, if you pay child support, especially if that child support is on time, then we want to tell you how you can get those on-time child support payments reported to the credit bureaus in order to boost your credit score. As Bobby said in the comment on our previous link, Bobby, if you put it in the comments again here, that a high credit score over your adult life can save you almost $300,000 from eliminating deposits and fees to lower credit scores. If you think about, if you got a car payment, if you think about a mortgage that might last 15, 30 years, as on top of other credit that you might use, a high credit score, lowering those interest rates can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this stuff is real. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to even change anything that you're doing except to request that your child support payments are reported to the credit bureau, and friend of the court will do that, and it will boost your credit score. So all right, so let's see, do we have our friend of the court guest yet? All right, so we're going to get connected to her. While that's happening, Bo, if you don't mind, I'm going to have Stephanie to come over, and Stephanie talk to us a little bit about how we've gotten to this point in Project Green. First of all, let's see. Can you all see Stephanie? I'm trying to see. I could see it a minute ago, and now I can't see us. But you're live. You can see us. We're good. All right. So Stephanie, tell us who you are, and you're gonna probably have to stand close to me. Tell us. Can you
hear us? Can you hear me? Hello, everybody.
We know you hear us, but our guests, make sure you can hear Stephanie. Give us a thumbs up. Is Bobby on there? Okay. All right.
Okay, they can hear me good.
So Stephanie, tell us who you are and your role with Project Green, and then I'll ask you another question.
Okay. So hello, everyone. I'm Stephanie Pierce, Advocacy Director at Project Green. I'm kind of a little bit of spearheading this project with the child support and credit building. And this is a great program, and I'm going to give you some information, but I'm going to let Dallas ask you some questions.
Right. So Stephanie, tell us, if you will, kind of how we learned about this child support policy, because we didn't know anything about this until we started doing some investigation. So remind us, who put us on this path as we started talking about child support, and then how do we get here?
Okay, so one of our GFAs, and if you don't mind,
absolutely, please.
Nichols, came up with this idea. Stacy actually works in mortgages, and so she had a lot of non-custodial parents that would come in and try to get a mortgage, and they could not. And so it was based on credit, and a lot of that was child support reflected negatively. So her thought process was, well, how can we work with Friend of the Court to try to change that dynamic? Find out how we can help dads get on track or parents get on track so that we can change that and they can become homeowners. Mm-hmm. And so as she's doing her research, we come across this. I said I was helping. Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
You're fine.
We come across this
policy
that Friend of the Court has where they will report positive child support payments, but that's just not something that's widely known. And so we know that, it's negative. If you're not paying, that it shows up on your credit report. So now we decided to work with Friend of the Court to try to find a way to change that, because this is a policy that they have. And so how do we get this not reporting? And so we came up with the process of, now they send a request letter. We send it to Friend of the Court. They contact us. We contact Friend of the Court, send their information for a request. And then that information is then shared with the credit bureau. And so everybody's wondering, does this really work? Mm-hmm. How does this work? And so just to let you know, we have had our very first participant have his credit score already improved from his child support being reported on his credit. And it was a significant jump. And he's now able to he did get pre-qualified for a home loan, where before he was in the 600s, his score is now in the 700s.
Wow.
So that was definitely an increase.
Wow. So over 100 points just by adding the child support payments to the credit bureaus. And we were so glad to just be able to be the conduit to make that happen. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that stuff. You can stay here, but so it looked like we got some food coming. All right, we got Michelle on. So Michelle Crow, who is from the Friend of the Court, she's going to come on screen, and I hope I'm going to be able to hear her. Why don't we go through? You got one of the videos queued up, Brandon? Let's play the video with JD. JD is another one of them. He's not the one that Stephanie was just talking about, but we just submitted JD's letter to the Friend of the Court too. So let's hear. No, I'm sorry. All right, we're going live. We're doing some production live. Yep. I just want to make sure. I hope that we'll be able to hear her from here. If not, I'm going to come over and get on those headphones so that I can hear her. So let's bring Michelle up. we had some technical difficulties earlier where I shut some things down, and so that changed my ability to hear. So I'm trying to get back to it.
I can hear you.
Okay,
right.
good. We can hear you. All right.
Okay,
Perfect.
great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Awesome. We can hear you. Unfortunately, we can't see you, but we are glad that you came on. So, Michelle, would you tell us who you are and what you do with the Friend of the Court?
I am a casework supervisor here at Kent County Friend of the Court. I supervise 5 different departments. That's our auditing department, our order processing, our healthcare enforcement, our support review, and our imaging team. So,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah, I do a
So,
lot.
yeah, you do a lot. Yes, you do. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that are served through the Friend of the Court. In fact, can you tell us about how many active child support cases does the Friend of the Court handle annually?
Well, we have around 38,000 plus open active cases.
38,000 plus open and active cases. That's a lot of people who are, again, a part of this system to support families and to support children. I don't know if you know this number or if this is something that you can share. If not, it's fine. But just, I was curious about, how much revenue is collected through the child support system here in Kent County.
Well, we don't call it revenue, we call it child support.
Child support, yep.
In 2021, we collected on current and arrears $102,023,863 that was distributed to families.
Around about that number, right?
Yeah, give or
Oh,
take.
that's awesome. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I know that you all, Strong Fathers, you all do some advocacy and some partnership with Friend of the Court, right? Can you tell us, Bo, a little bit what that looks like?
Over the course of the last 6 years, we've been able to host different sessions where we remove that stigma of having to have a conversation with Friend of the Court if you have arrears, if you may have, payments that are due, if you haven't engaged with your child, your partner, if there's been some issues in the past, right? So what we've done is we've opened up spaces in community with partnerships to be able to really have one-on-one conversations where there's, conversations about removing any warrants that may be out there for persons, removing any issues with rearages, removing any issues so that father figure, that non-custodial parent may have that impact, right, with a person. A really good friend, Rebecca Murphy, was that servant for the community. We lost her during the pandemic, and we miss her, but just building out a lot of great relationships now with Tracy Schenkel over at the department, making sure that we have those connections with her team, just amazing partnerships that are long. So I just wanted to uplift her name because Rebecca was a great partner in community, and those fathers were really impacted here to be able to then move forward and have really strong relationships with Friend of the Court.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, so Michelle, can you tell us a little bit about your journey with this policy that we're talking about today? And even, I know we had some conversations way back in February about, when we learned about it, what does it look like on your end in terms of, first of all, just tell us, is what we're talking about right? Is it accurate? Is this a real policy? And if so, how did you learn about it yourself?
Well, it's a policy, but it's also a statute. So
it's a statute, okay?
Correct. It's part of the Friend of the Court Act, and it does state it's one of the reasons why we have to report debt to the credit reporting agencies. It's not optional for us, but it also allows for us to be able to report positive payments. So if you have a really good pay history, we can report that too upon written request from the payer.
Fantastic.
We haven't done much of this, and that's mostly because there is it can be harmful if your account is not current. You need to be completely current if you want us to do this, because otherwise it may not reflect positively, and we don't want to harm we want to help. So if I do happen to get a request where I think it might harm someone, I would reach out to that person and explain the situation, because I wouldn't want to just do that without letting them know the implications.
Michelle, that's so important and valuable. Thank you for sharing that. Right. So we want to help. We don't want to harm. So it's important for you to know if your child support payments are on time, then this can help you. As Stephanie said earlier, we had one person who their credit score already went up over 100 points. And those are the folks that we want to help. If you're not on time, then friend of the court is going to talk to you about that. And then maybe you can come to a Project Green workshop and we can talk to you about getting your budget together, and maybe we can help you to reach that goal as well. So Michelle, what is the friend of the court doing to help people become aware of this initiative? And if there's not a lot in terms of awareness happening now, what do you think could happen to raise awareness?
Well, again, I'm just a little hesitant on making it widely known, just in case somebody doesn't have a very good pay history. They may think they do at this time, and you know what? That might be true. They are paying on time now, but they're still behind, or they've been behind in the past. And so, we're leery about this maybe not helping some people. But if people contact us and ask us what their balance is, are they completely current? And they are, then by all means, we would like people to know about that if it's going to help them. We just don't want them to know about it if it's not. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Well, thank you. And so we have a link on our website where we have a letter. It's a form that you fill out. You need your name. Obviously, you need your case number, and you fill it out, and then we will send that in to the friend of the court, and then they can engage with you about whether it's a good idea for you to get yours reported. So, Michelle, anything else that you want to share with us from your perspective about this initiative, or anything else the Friends of the Court is doing?
Well, you know what I would really love is if I can't remember what your form looked like, but if they could add their phone number to it, because that would help me engage if, this wouldn't have a positive impact. And so, because sometimes we don't have somebody's most recent phone number, or they've moved, etc. So if we could have some contact information, that would be great. That way I could reach out better.
Perfect. So thank you for sharing that. I'm going to ask Brandon to make that change live on our form. So anybody who fills it out, even today, if we weren't asking for it before, we will ask for it now. So thank you, Michelle. Thanks for jumping on here. Bro, I'm sorry, I've been dominating this part of the conversation. Anything you want to say or ask to Michelle?
No, we're looking forward to building a greater partnership now that things are opening up. During the pandemic, we, have been trying to touch base with a lot of our fathers, making sure that they stay in contact. But as we open up back as a community, making sure that accessibility is there, making sure that we have our drop-in days with the friend of the court, making sure that there's accessibility, making sure that we remove that stigma of having conversations where it's not about law enforcement, it's not about policing our fathers, but it's about building that relationship and really being able to have strong conversations that lead to benefits of their children and their families as a whole in the future. So thank you all for your partnership as well. And we look forward to developing those drop-in days again. There used to be drop-in Wednesdays. We'll see how that works out with our scheduling, but we look forward to doing that in the future.
We do too.
Excellent. Thanks, Michelle. All right, we're going to switch off from Michelle and switch on to some steak again.
So here we go.
Wait,
now,
let's make sure we can see this.
We've had some taste testers in the back. Now, we've let it rest for a little bit. It's a little bit cold outside, but this is what I meant by medium rare, nice little brown exterior, nice crust, right? Making sure that flavor's there. From our taste testers in the back, what did you all think? Can I get thumbs up a little bit? Was it good? Was it good? Dallas?
Man, I can't wait. Let me get my little
come on in
plate here.
There you go.
All
Couple
right.
pieces.
We're doing the tailgate style here.
Cheers.
I got my utensils connected to my hand.
The cinnamon on the outside, building up that flavor profile. A little bit of that kick from the sofrito.
I couldn't taste it. Can you put some
You couldn't taste it? Let me give you a couple pieces here. And if you all would like some more,
Thank you.
Somebody in the chat said they could smell it from California.
Mhm.
I hope you could taste it from
Mm.
California as well. But, you know, letting the meat rest is really important. Letting it have that time so that you're not spilling all of the au jus, the juices from the inside. Making sure that you have that nice pink center, I think, is great. But yeah, and cutting with the grain when you're using a flank steak. But if you're doing this with costillitas or little ribs or baby backs, dusting that cinnamon at the end, I mean, it just gives it a completely different flavor profile than I think a lot of people are used to. Still really moist, really delicious. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more here, but just
That's delicious, man.
Stephanie's been on my head. William Barres, if you're out there, partner of ours over at the Urban League, long time fatherhood coordinator for Strong Fathers, Strong Beginnings in the past. He always used to get on my head about Puerto Rican rice, arroz con gandules. And Stephanie's been doing the same thing today. So I'll make sure that the next collaborative is a little arroz con gandules conversation. But just delicious. If y'all would, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
What'd you think, Stephanie?
There you go.
Oh, it's good.
There you go.
Everyone knows I know food.
Yes,
You know me, you know I know food. But
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Stephanie's a caterer as well.
As well, yeah.
And so
That's true. So getting a compliment from you,
That's
that
right.
means a lot.
Oh, well, thank you.
it goes a long way.
It's good. Thank
All
you.
right, cool.
I'm sorry that you all can't taste this. I'm trying to eat as much as possible for you all. I'm doing this for the people.
You know, sometimes you have to struggle for the people in order to get things done. I think today's one of those things. That's our mantra. There you go, Dallas.
Part of the reason I wanted to do this event was so I could have lunch today. So I'm just eating and enjoying some lunch.
No, and that's one of the things that we try to do as community, making sure as our partnering agencies, food is a great piece to having conversations with people, and we make sure that as we're out in community, we have food available. Strong Beginnings Healthy Start, making sure that we're feeding our fathers as we're having conversations. That's something that I miss about the pre-pandemic world that hopefully we'll get back into. But thank you, Dallas. Just really awesome. There you go. There we go. So yeah. And as we're talking about nutrition, and as we're talking about healthy choices and balance, along with those social determinants of health, if you go to Strong Beginnings, Strong Fathers, or Strong Fathers, Strong Beginnings, Strong Dads GR Facebook page, we publish a newsletter every month, right? And in that newsletter this month, we're talking about sudden unexpected death syndrome, SUIDs, and SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, right? These are preventable deaths that happen in our communities. They happen way too often. This month, we are raising awareness about that as well as RSV. And I'll talk a little bit about both of those. Sudden unexpected infant death syndrome is a term that we use to describe unexpected deaths of babies less than 1 year old. We're trying to save about 3,400 babies a year in the United States, and those deaths are higher amongst Black and Latinx populations, right? Making sure that we uplift and we have that information in community. So making sure that you check out our newsletter this month. Talk a little bit about RSV as well, because this month also is respiratory now. Syncytial virus, or RSV, is a common respiratory virus that usually causes mild cold-like symptoms, but in babies that can become a very high health risk. So, and again, as we've seen and as we know, in Black and Latina communities, these issues are very, very high. So making sure that in communities we are vaccinating, that we're taking all of the steps that we can to make sure that we're living healthy, but really focusing this month. Take a look at our newsletter. SUIDs, SIDS, and RSV are the topics this month to make sure that we have information. All of our information is coming from the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and it's all based around scientific research, so make sure that you're checking that out.
Fantastic information. Thank you so much for sharing that. Appreciate the work of Strong Beginnings, Strong Fathers, and appreciate the partnership here today. Appreciate the food too. It's delicious. And so we're trying to get you all some information that'll help you to keep your family safe, help you to keep your children safe and healthy. Trying to get you some information that'll help you to boost your credit score, improve your financial security. And we're trying to get you ready for the tailgates.
Yes.
Whether you are going to be going to a game this weekend, or if you're going to the Michigan State game next weekend, or maybe you're going to let's see what else we have here. We've got Central Michigan. We've got Grand Valley. We've got some Ferris Bulldogs.
Shout out to Dr. Pink.
Yes. Shout out to Dr. Pink. Absolutely. New president of Ferris. We got Western Michigan. Some swag here.
Welcome Broncos.
Yes, go Broncos.
Anchors up. Is that
GV? Anchor up. That's GVSU. That's right. Yep. So we got I forgot somebody. I really intended to get Detroit Lions gear too, but somehow I forgot it.
So sad.
I won't say too much more about that.
But I love the Lions. I gotta say that I love the Lions. Heartbreak and all. Forever a Lions fan.
Man, you're better than me. You're better than me, man. But listen, we want to give some of this stuff away. So we want to pull some names. I don't know if we've gotten any forms completed yet. We got one form.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, that one person is going to probably win something today.
Definitely.
So let's see. We're going to spin the wheel with that one name. I can do that all by myself, even without. Do you all have the name on the wheel already? All right. When you put it on there, put the first name and maybe last. Just put the initials. Don't put their whole name on there. Just put the initials. We're going to put one name on the wheel. We're going to spin that wheel. We're going to see who wins.
Who wins?
Because we want to give away some stuff.
Fire up chips. Go green, go gold to my Wayne State University people out there.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of my education out there as well. Fantastic.
And go blue. Can't forget that. And then what's the other one?
Go green,
right.
Go white.
Yeah, I can't say that part. So,
on the banks of the Red Cedar, there's a school that's known to all. You know what their legacy is?
I don't know. Tell me.
Winning. That's what we do. So just wanted to put that out there for all of our people. But make sure that you're filling out the applications. Make sure that you're connecting and taking down some information too. A lot of education is being shared today. This is going to be archived on our web pages and our Facebook pages, TikTok. I don't know about TikTok. I don't know too much about that, but.
Right. All right. So I think we got the wheel ready.
Let me see. You can pull it up.
We had some technical difficulties, so I can't see it. But congratulations, CK. So do we have CK's contact information? Team. All right. So CK, we're going to be in touch with you so you can tell us what you want. We know you want some of this Michigan stuff. All right. So CK, all right. Good. All right. Good. So CK, we're going to also throw in whatever you choose. We're going to throw in some Project Green swag as well. We got a shirt. So you can get that. We got men's cuts. We got ladies cuts. So you can get that and you can get one of our prizes from the college gear as well. All right. So CK signed up so that, I don't know if that's a he or she, but so that they can also have their child support payments reported to the credit bureau to boost their credit score. And so that's really the big prize, right? To boost that credit score, to improve your financial security. We have a form that should be okay. Is that linked? Is that in our comments? All right. So you click on that form, you fill it out, and then we will submit that letter to the friend of the court on your behalf. And then, as you heard Michelle say, if you are caught up and if your payments are on time, they'll start reporting those payments and you will see a boost in your credit score. More than likely, you'll see a boost in your credit score. That has been the experience of, we have one person who's done it within the last 2 months, and they saw their credit score go up by over 100 points. So we're trying to get as many people as possible to do the same.
And we also have open enrollment for Strong Fathers, Padres Fuertes. The only stipulation that we have, you live in Kent County and that you have a child between 0 and 18 months. You're a father figure, uncle, grandfather, stepfather, all of these, birthing person, right? If you're a father figure in our community and you have, or you are around a child 0 to 18 months, hablamos español, tenemos un proyecto completamente disponible para tener diferentes lenguajes, so también tenemos esa oportunidad de conectar con papás o con familias que hablan español, que hablan diferentes lenguajes. So we have language accessibility, English and Spanish. We also have MOU with the Hispanic Center of Western Michigan that allows us to get a lot of our information translated and interpreted. So we have that as well. So don't let language be an issue. Don't let any documentation issues become an issue. Just reach out to us and we'll be able to connect with you in that way as well.
Fantastic, fantastic. So we're just going to repeat a few things in case somebody may be just jumping in.
I'm going to warm this up a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. While Bo is on the grill warming up some grub. So again, we are out here. We're Project Green, Grassroots Economic Empowerment Network. We do a couple of different things. We do financial capabilities work. So that's our consumer facing work, right? So we're trying to tell individuals how to handle their money well. We do that through our Money Talk workshop. We talk about the basics of money management, from tracking your expenses to budgeting to accessing your credit report, an introduction to insurance, an introduction to investments. And then we also talk about saving money through discount shopping and coupons, and even how to get free stuff here in Kent County. And so if you haven't already, matter of fact, if you have gone through our Money Talk workshop, we love to hear what your experience has been, what you have learned, how that has impacted you. If you haven't gone through it, we want to introduce you to some of our work. We also have a class called Credit Building 101. The curriculum comes through the Credit Builders Alliance, but we take a deeper dive into understanding and accessing your credit. And so we tell you, what things make up your credit score and how you can maximize your credit score. We have a lot of great impact. In fact, that's been our most popular class this year, 2022. We've had about 29 people to go through Credit Building 101. And so you want to make sure that you are a part of that when we do our next class. And then we also have a 500 Strong initiative. And our 500 Strong initiative is an asset building program, right? And so we're trying to help people to save $500 to cover emergencies. Believe it or not, about 40% of American adults cannot afford to handle a $400 emergency, either with cash on hand or with credit that they use that they could pay off the next month. So that means a $400 blip. That could be flat tires. That could be your furnace goes out. That could be a medical emergency. Water heater, right? Even, people lose loved ones and then they have to travel, right? And that costs money. So $400 may not sound like much, but to a lot of folks right here in our community, it really can jolt their financial life. And so we're trying to help as many people as possible to save $500 to cover that those emergencies. The way that we do that is we walk with you and we share some tips with you to save $400 of your money. And then through our grant funding, we add $100 to that to get you up to $500. And so we really want to get 500 people here in Kent County to do that. If we get 500 people to save $500, that's a $250,000 savings movement. And so we want to get you connected. We want to invest in you with knowledge and with money to help you to reach your goals. And so please follow us on our social media pages. Go to our website and click on the Contact Us form so that you can receive our newsletter, and so you can learn about how you can be a part of these initiatives. Let's see. What else do I need to share with you?
If I could share a little bit about our project. So Strong Beginnings Healthy Start, we follow the 24/7 Dad curriculum. And the 24/7 Dad curriculum talks about everything from your own history as a father, developmental history of children, of your children, how it is to be able to support. We focus a lot on communication.
Stay on that camera right there.
We focus a lot on communication. So we make sure that your partner, you have the best relationship that you can, whether it's romantic or non-romantic. When we We talk about partnership. We don't talk about just being involved physically, being involved romantically. We talk about really having that holistic environment that is best for the development of a child and lowering ACEs, right? The Adverse Childhood Experience Survey has told us that there are about 10 factors that lower your lifespan when you have these adverse childhood experiences. So how can that communication, how can that relationship, how can that development really affect a life, right? Your life, your children's lives. We also use the Fathering in 15 curriculum. And the Fathering 15 curriculum, we try to send it out into community through our Strong Fathers GR or Strong Dads GR Facebook page every Friday. So we do Fathering in 15 Fridays, where we share that curriculum. The National Fatherhood Agency is one that supports a lot of our work nationally. The Healthy Start program nationally supports a lot of our work. But those are the two curriculum that we focus on based on the work that we do. So 24/7 Dads and the Fathering in 15 curriculum. And I'm going to pull this off because I don't want it to get too cooked. Warming it up a little bit. Medium well. Medium well now. We've moved from medium rare to medium well. So it was medium more like on the rare side. I love that. But now we're moving here. If you could see this, if you could smell this, bring it up close to the camera. So it's just a little bit. Just a little steam coming off of that on this cold fall day. All right. And we're sacrificing for you. Like Dallas said, we're
Right.
cooking so that you can be informed and educated. We try to take time. We want to have fun. And that's something about our projects too and our programs. We're talking about very serious issues, right? When you're talking about infant mortality, that's incredibly important. When we're talking about your financial health, incredibly important. But we have to have fun. And we have to make it an environment where we're teaching, we're coaching, we're guiding. We're not helping because we walk alongside our participants, but we make sure that you have fun with us as well as enjoy the curriculum, learn about yourself, learn about community, learn about your culture, eat a little bit, a little sofrito in the morning.
Never hurts anything.
Never hurts.
This.
And we're servant leaders.
Thank you, sir.
So we're here serving.
Team. All right. So Bo's going to get some food to the team. While he's doing that, I just want to say he said a word about, he used the word community. And that's what this is all about, right? When we get together around food, whether it's at a tailgate, whether it's at home, whether it's in our faith communities, these are the types of conversations that help us to improve our lives, right? It doesn't have to be a formal presentation, doesn't have to be certified financial planners. It doesn't have to be investment professionals, but if we just have conversations about, hey, I heard about this thing called SIDS. I heard this thing, RSV. What do you know about that? Maybe you're not the professional, but you can point somebody to Strong Beginnings, Strong Fathers, and then they can help provide some expertise around it. Or, hey, I've got some challenges with my credit. How have you improved your credit score? And then, you can share your expertise with somebody else. Or if you don't have personal expertise, you can send them to Project Green and say, hey, take their credit building 101 class. Or I heard them talking about this initiative where you can get your child support payments reported to the credit bureau. Go to their website and maybe you can find out some information there. And you can, if you go under advocacy, we've got the child support for credit building form. You can fill it out and we will report your credit, or the friend of the court will report your payments to the credit bureau. I'm gonna go back over here, eat some of this hot steak.
And making sure that you're connecting as well with our maternal side. So Strong Beginnings Healthy Start, based on maternal, infant mortality, maternal morbidity, fatherhood project that is groundbreaking and doing a lot of great work in the community, making a lot of partnerships happen, but making sure that we're connected as families to these projects, making sure that we're reaching out. Thank you again to LifeQuest for making this available today. Having great facilities that we've utilized in the past. We've had great fatherhood conversations here. We've made sure to build out the work that we do in community. Faith is one of those key components in any fatherhood engagement. So we want to make sure that we give thanks to their support over the years as well. And this is delicious.
So you got a video of JD that you can show us, Brandon, while I'm chewing on this food? So we're going to show a video of one of our participants, a conversation I had with him about this child support for credit building initiative. You can check that out while we eat some steak.
Tailgating before the big game. So
All right. I'm here today with a friend of Project Green, and let me just introduce myself. For those who don't know, my name is Dallas Lanier. I'm the executive director and founder of Project Green, and we do a few things through Project Green. We help to build financial capabilities through some of our programs, teaching people how to handle money to meet their own financial goals. But then we also do advocacy. We try to remove barriers that keep people from reaching their financial goals. And so one of those barriers that we found, or really a bridge that we want to build, is around child support for credit building. And I'm here today with somebody who's going to talk a little bit about that real quick. Would you introduce yourself, sir?
All right, my name is John. People know me like JD around the community. Grew up from the South Side area, and I was introduced. Well, I stumbled upon Project Green at the Madison Street Fair, and I was speaking to a lady named Stephanie Pierce. It's the lady who I grew up on my street that I grew up on here in Grand Rapids. And she introduced me to the program, and I was intrigued and wanted to know more.
Excellent. So, our name is Project Green. I wear a little bright neon green, but that's really about the only green that I do. Usually, doing blue and gold. But I see you got some green and white on. Yeah. We'll try to ignore that today while we're doing this little quick interview.
Representing for my nephew Marcus Bingham Jr., man. He made it to Dallas Mavericks. So yeah, big up to him.
Big ups to Bingham. That's awesome. Well, JD, so you told us you saw us out at the fair. I think that might have been the Rock the Block. Yep. And so and Stephanie told you a little bit about the child support for credit building. So I'm gonna just briefly explain what it is. So the friend of the court, actually across the state of Michigan, has a policy that allows people to request their on-time child support payments to be reported to the credit bureau to help them to boost their credit scores. And so before you saw Stephanie at Rock the Block, had you heard of that initiative?
No, sir.
All right. So, well, how did you feel when you heard about it? And tell me what are you thinking about? How, why are you looking forward to reporting your child support payments?
Well, I was actually excited about hearing it and knowing that there was a program that would help fathers that pay child support and take care of their kids, and I felt like it was a good idea for them to be rewarded and know that everything's going to a good cause. And so at the time, I was in the process of doing my passport, and they I was told that, yeah, if you're in arrearages or if you owe anything on child support, that may hold you back from getting your passport. So with this program, knowing that it can possibly be, reported to the credit bureau and all that stuff be wiped away, and I have a clean, I can be able to go get my passport with ease. That was my probably motivation for joining the program.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Unfortunately, so many times when people, engage with a friend of the court, think about child support, it's a negative interaction. But if you have on-time payments and you can report it to the credit bureau, it actually can become, like you said, a motivation for, you actually can think of something positive as it relates to child support payments. So, like you said, you hadn't heard about it before seeing us at the Rock the Block. What do you think could be done to help more people become aware of this initiative and to help them get signed up?
I feel like just being able to share it, like I shared it on my social media platform, and a lot of people were interested in that. So just getting more people to share it and spread the word.
Man, that's awesome. We appreciate you doing that. And we invite other people to do the same, right? You can even share this video so that more people can learn about it. And, Project Green, we're a nonprofit organization. We're not getting anything out of this. We are here to serve the community. And so we're just trying to raise awareness to folks like yourself, JD, and to others who may be non-custodial parents. And we're trying to make it easy. So we have an electronic form that people can click on. They can click on the link. We'll put it here in the comments. You click on that link, and then you add your name, your case number, and your electronic signature. And then Project Green, as a nonprofit organization, will send that in to the friend of the court, and that will serve as your request to have your payments reported to the credit bureau. It doesn't cost you anything. We're not an agent of the friend of the court. We are operating independently, but we are doing this on behalf of people who can benefit from it. And so, again, JD, thanks for coming on real quick. Anything else you want to share that I didn't ask?
I had a family member ask me from Arkansas, does this just deal with people from Michigan residents, or can people from other states be helped out?
That's a great question. I wish I knew the exact answer, but I do know that it is a state policy, right? So I only know of Michigan doing it.
Okay.
I would advise that your family member, check it out in Arkansas. Ask the friend of the court there. They may have it available there as well.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Go blue.
Yes, sir. Go green and white, baby. All right. Have a good one, man. Thank you.
You too. All right.
It was so good to see the love, from a young man in community that understands winning and what that's all about. So thank you so much, JD. Right?
JD. Yep.
Hopefully, good to meet you one of these days. Go green.
Absolutely. So thanks, JD. As a matter of fact, JD, we want to give you a special shout out, special thanks. And so we're going to be in touch with you. We've got JD's contact information already, but we got some Project Green swag for you. And we're also going to let you choose one of these prizes. I know you're probably going to get some of this green and white stuff. Hey, man, have at it. We appreciate the fact that you participated. Not only have you participated, but JD has also told some other people about this, and they've already signed up. And so we want to say thank you to JD for being a money hero, man. That's what we define as a money hero, somebody who's pursuing their financial goals, and then they help somebody else to do the same. And so we'll be in touch with you, JD, and you let us know what you want.
And an advocate too, because if he's having family members from outside of Michigan, maybe those advocacy steps can be taken by other states. So that was great to hear.
Man, absolutely. Thank you for pointing that out. So I want to tell you all about one other thing that we're doing, and then we're almost done here today. My team is happy that we're almost done because they're over there freezing. I'm moving around, so I'm doing okay right now. But listen, Project Green, in partnership with the Kent County Tax Credit Coalition and the Latina Network of West Michigan. In April, we had our Economic Empowerment Conference. And after that conference, we said, you know what, we can't wait a whole year to do this again next April. Let's do something in the fall. And so we got together again as a committee. We started talking about doing something in November. And while we were having those conversations, we got notification of one of our other sort of partner organizations out in New Jersey, organization called D-Free. They are doing a FinFest, Financial Fest. It's going to be a hybrid event. So they're going to be there in person at a place called Keene University in New Jersey.
All right.
And they're also going to be online. We said, you know what? Why don't we just partner with them and do something similar here? So we're going to have FinFest GR. And so our team is going to bring up this short promo video of FinFest. And then I'm going to tell you when it is, so you can mark your calendar. And then soon we will have a registration link for you so that you can get registered for that event. So Brandon, will you bring up that video now?
By the year 2053, the median wealth for Black households is projected to be zero, according to a report by Prosperity Now. The D-Free Financial Freedom Movement wants to prevent that from becoming a reality.
We are not going to keep living every day knowing that there are opportunities, realizing that there are resources, and allow the data to just be embraced and accepted, and it becomes self-fulfilling prophecy.
One solution is FinFest.
Hello and welcome to FinFest, a financial festival hosted by the D-Free Financial Freedom Movement.
FinFest is a free virtual festival designed to help people start or continue their journey to financial freedom. During the live event, they can connect one-on-one with financial experts and gain access to economic opportunities.
And financial freedom is foundational for the future of Black America.
FinFest 2021 had a great response from participants. Attendees rated it a 9.8 out of 10. And it provided a platform for nearly 24 businesses, influencers, and celebrities to connect with people of color across the United States and 13 countries around the world.
Welcome to Yell Skincare.
Master P, welcome to the D-Free movement.
How you doing, sir? I'm excited to be here.
FinFest 21 was an amazing, transformational event. The D-Free Financial Freedom Movement is on a mission to close the wealth gap, one family at a time. Join the movement. Together, we can foster economic well-being and create thriving communities.
Boom, there it is. FinFest, Financial Festival 2022, coming up on Saturday, November the 12th. You saw that video. If you're anything like me, you get excited about things like this. And so you're going to hear from some amazing national speakers, some authors, some financial professionals that will be on kind of the main stage there at FinFest. But here locally, we're also going to be talking to you about tax prep, getting ready for tax season. So you'll hear from Brenda Brame from the Kent County Tax Credit Coalition, and some other professionals that we will bring on as well. So you can either come to the event, which will be live. We're going to have a limited number of seats available here. We'll feed you. We'll have a few vendors there. Or you can also connect virtually. It's going to be an all-day event virtually. And so, but you can either be with us all day in person, or you can be online and watching on whatever device you have. But you don't want to miss this. This is going to be fantastic. As long as, you're going to learn some good things, and when you put them to use, they will be good for you. So let me, Bo, what final things do you want to share with us about Strong Fathers, or about this recipe, or about the game, or anything else, and then we'll wrap it up.
All of those things. Thank you so much for the event today, the partnership over time. Stephanie has been an amazing partner with our team for years now, so thank you for all your work in community. But we just want to say, reach out to us. Strong Fathers, Strong Beginnings, a Strong Beginnings Healthy Start project, making sure that you reach out, everything from mental health to community well-being. We're trying to walk alongside our fathers and our parents. You can reach us at Adnoris, ADNORIS.TORRES at spectrumhealth.org for now. That'll be changing. So you can reach out to us. All of our information is available. We are also available through our Facebook page. So Strong Dads GR. If you're interested in having conversations and enrolling in the project and just getting to know us a little bit more and partnering with us as well. So really making sure that you're engaged in your child's and your children's lives. So a couple of different parts. Arbor Circle is our mental health partner. Baby Scholars, early literacy from 0 to 5 years old, making sure that you connect with them. But that is Strong Beginnings Healthy Start as a program.
Fantastic. Thanks, Bo. Appreciate what you do on behalf of our community. And just to, you can stay connected with Project Green as well. You can go to our website, which is projectgreengr.org. Find out about this child support for credit building initiative by going to that advocacy button. And you can also find out about our financial capabilities programs that we are trying to grow and develop. And then you can also send an email if you wish to info@projectgreengr.org. And then also the link that is in the comments. If you click right on that link, it'll take you to that child support for credit building form. Listen, I'm just going to put it out there. So for the next week, you sign up, you will still register for some prizes. We'll do another drawing next Thursday. Depending on how many names we get, we can do multiple drawings, and you can get some more swag in time for the game next Saturday. So go ahead and fill that out, and you can still qualify. You might be watching this recorded. There's still time for you to win. We got Michigan swag. We got Michigan State swag, Project Green swag, some just state of Michigan general stuff, swag, Central, Ferris, Western, Grand Valley. So sign up, and if we draw your name, you can tell us what prize you want, and then you can come to us and pick it up here on site.
Another one of our partners that we didn't talk about, GRCC, and the amazing work that Grand Rapids Community College is doing in education, the partnerships that we have with them from early childhood all the way through programs for education, secondary education, whether it's a local community college, whether it's a secondary college, whether it's a professional certificate, making sure that you're reaching beyond high school. Along with that health, that wealth that you want to develop for your family, education beyond high school is super important. That's something that we focus on as organizations as well. So a shout out to GRCC and our partners over there as well. Two $25 gift cards, pack and play, tablet from Strong Beginnings Healthy Start Project as well as giveaways. So making sure that will be available for the rest of the week.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. We are at time. Thank you all for joining us. Whenever you watch this, even if it's recorded, share it so that other people can watch it as well. Thanks to my team that's freezing. We're going to wrap it up so we can get out of the cold. Peace.